The Philadelphia Eagles and the Kansas City Refs are in the Super Bowl yet again in just 3 years. And although most of the NFL doesn't give a it will still be a thrilling contest between the Eagles and the refs. Just like their Super Bowl 57 encounter, the Chiefs will definitely emerge victorious in Super Bowl 59. So here are the 4 reasons why the Chiefs will win and cement their dynasty with a historic three-peat. Be sure to stay until the end because that is the real reason why the Chiefs will three-peat. Or don't stay, f me, right? Reason number 4, the Eagles will lose. Reason number 4, the Chiefs will win. The Eagles' over-reliance on Barkley will be their undoing. Yeah, overconfident Eagles fans, I know that Barkley has been killing it in the playoffs, running over 100 yards per game and 5 total touchdowns, 3 of which were against the Commies. Damn. However, the Chiefs' run defense is gonna shut him down. Let me just say the obvious. If your entire strategy revolves around one guy, unless you're a total idiot, it's pretty easy to game plan a counter strategy. The Chiefs already know they have to shut down Barkley at the LOS, and they will quite a few times. I'm sure he'll occasionally rip for a 20-yard gain, but that's gonna be very rare in this one. This ain't the Rams and Commanders Swiss cheese defense. Most of the time, I expect the Chiefs to shut him down at the line of scrimmage or even behind the line if they're fast enough. Wow, imagine that. The Chiefs held James Cook to 85 yards rushing, and while he did rip for big runs and 2 touchdowns, they were still able to limit his impact enough to get the dub. It also helped that the Chiefs were able to contain Josh Allen, especially on the final drive. Even better that the Bills foolishly didn't use Cook at all on the final drive because he was like one of their best players in the game. Instead, they relied on Allen for everything like they always did, and that over-reliance on Josh Allen, over-reliance on one player, proved to be the Bills' undoing. The same will be true for the Eagles. And the Chiefs' D-line is totally OP. They're gonna punish Barkley every time he touches the ball. Jones, Karlaftis, Dana, and Wharton Here's a Who are gonna be hitting him so hard, it'll make his ancestors dizzy.
I'm gonna hit you so hard, it'll make your ancestors dizzy.
They're gonna wear him down and make his life hell running the ball. The Chiefs also have a deep rotation on the D-line, so they can go hard all night long. That's what she said. The Chiefs will take a page out of the Bills' Everybody Eats book by allowing everyone to eat that Barkley ass. Nom, 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 nom. This is crucial against a run-heavy team like the Eagles, who try to wear down defenses with their long, sustained running drives. But the Chiefs' D-line won't get tired, and they'll be bringing the heat for all 60 minutes. And get this, the Packers effectively held Barkley just a little over 100 yards because the last 16 yards were him just wrapping up the game in garbage time. And the Packers also prevented Barkley from rushing for any touchdowns, unlike the Commies, who were very generous with touchdowns. If the pathetic Packers could limit Barkley that much, I'm fairly certain the Chiefs can get it done. As a relative comparison, if the Bills' paper-thin defense was able to shut down Derrick freaking Henry for 84 rushing yards and a touchdown, imagine how much better Spags' defense will be able to stonewall Barkley. I'm 1000% confident the rest will get it done. Spags will get it done. So once the Chiefs hold Barkley to under 100 yards and 1 rushing touchdown, that will remove 55% of the Eagles' offense, 75% IMO, and force them to rely on Hurts much more than Hurts and Sirianni are comfortable with. It's gonna be PP Pants City real quick once Barkley gets shut down. Like the Bills did to the Ravens, so the Chiefs will do to the Eagles, except even better. Once the Bills removed Henry from the equation, Jackson fell apart and he devolved into some sort of version of CJ Stroud by throwing an interception and losing a costly fumble. Hurts will certainly turn the ball over and get his ass run over, which I will hilariously cover in the next reason. Now, shutting down Barkley is only half the battle. Reason number 3 explains how the Chiefs D will shut down Hurts the same. Also, if you've been loving my NFL commentary, be sure to subscribe. Okay, thanks. Reason number 3, the Chiefs D is gonna turn Jalen Hurts into Tua turn the ball over. So Jalen Hurts might be a little bit better than Stroud, but like the latter, he's got one fatal flaw. He sucks under pressure. The Chiefs D-line is gonna be all over Hurts like brown on rice. Hurts' passer rating drops a whopper 20 points when he's under pressure.
Hurts' passer rating dropped 20 points under pressure in 2024.
And with Jones and Karlaftis leading the charge, those sacks and fumbles are gonna pile up faster than flipped over cars in Philly. Dana, I don't know how to pronounce his name, but anyways, him and Wharton each had 1 sacks in the AFC Championship game against Allen, and they're gonna feast on that weak-ass Eagles offensive line. The reason I'm so confident in the Chiefs D-line is because because the Rams D-line ate up that Hurts ass. Hurts only had a 91.3 passer rating against the Rams compared to 111 versus the Packers and 110 versus the Commies, so he definitely struggled against the Rams pass rush. Also, Hurts only managed to throw for 128 yards, had 0 passing touchdowns, I mean that's usual, and he got sacked 7 times. Holy shit, no wonder he sucked against the Rams. I'm surprised they even won that game. And one of those sacks was for a safety too. Ouch. If Barkley hadn't carried the Eagles like he always does, the Eagles would have barely put up 2 tutties against the Rams. And the most important stat that I want to jump on and go back to was the 7 teabags that Hurts took to the face. I didn't even know he took that many sacks until I looked at the stats and then looked at the highlights, and it's right there, ladies and gentlemen. That is absolutely disgusting, both literally and figuratively. Since the Chiefs sacked Stroud 8 times, and he's just as likely to get sacked as Hurts is, he's gonna have a bad time against the Chiefs D-line, especially after the Chiefs have already shut down Barkley. And here are 3 quick reasons why the Chiefs are going to force Hurts into making mistakes. One is obviously an elite pass rush. The Chiefs D-line is one of the best in the league at generating pressure. They were 4th in the NFL in sacks this season, and they're led by not-so-John Jones, who's basically a one-man wrecking army. And Hurts is going to be feeling the love that night. Number 2, Hurts struggles under pressure. As I mentioned earlier, Hurts' passer rating takes a major when he's under pressure. He tends to make poor decisions and force throws, which often result in interceptions and fumbles. Now, while he hasn't thrown any interceptions in the playoffs so far, I guarantee he's going to throw at least 1 interception against the Chiefs and possibly even fumble away the ball. Just like they did in the last Super Bowl, where Nick Bolton was able to return the ball for a scoop and score against the Eagles.
Hurts on a quarterback draw. Nowhere to go. The ball's loose. Sitting on the turf. It's picked up by Bolton. No one in front of him is going to score.
That was hilarious. And 3, Spagnuolo schemes. Chiefs defensive coordinator Steve Spagnuolo is a master of disguise. He's gonna dial up all sort of exotic blitzes and coverages to confuse Hurts and force him to make mistakes, just like he did to Allen on that 4th and 5. Since Spag pressured MVP Josh Allen that much, imagine how much more he's gonna pressure not so MVP Jalen Hurts. Exactly. Hurts gonna be throwing up prayers and taking nut sacks to the face. The Eagles' O-line might be good at run blocking, but they struggle in pass protection, especially against elite pass rushers like Jones and Karlaftis. Hurts is gonna be running for his life. We've seen it time and time again this season. When the Chiefs get pressure on the QB, they make mistakes. They force turnovers and 3 and outs. That's exactly what they're gonna do to Hurts. And Eagles fans can tell me I was right after they do. Now that the Eagles' offense is useless, it's time to
Release the Kraken.
Reason number 2, the Chiefs will win. Patrick Mahomes and the offense will go off, obviously. It's no secret that Patrick Mahomes is the best QB in the league, especially because he's won 2 Super Bowls in a row, with a little help from the refs in the NFL, of course. And this is coming from a Bills fan. He's just too good in the playoffs, and he is going to torch that Eagles secondary. Against the Texans' lauded defense, Mahomes threw for 177 yards, 1 tutty, 0 interceptions, and was sacked 3 times, with a passer rating of 98.3. Now, while these stats are laughable, he didn't really have to do anything since that terrible Texans quarterback threw for 0 tutties, 0 interceptions, but was sacked 8 times. 8 times, and fumbled once with a passer rating of 95.1. Stroud couldn't convert 3rd down to save his life, and that made Mahomes look even better. Against the Bills, Mahomes showed why he is so clutch in the playoffs by throwing for 245 yards, 1 tutty, 0 interceptions, 1 lost fumble. Gotta work on that ball security, buddy. But he did rush for another 2 tutties with a passer rating of 111.9. Now, I will admit Mahomes will have his toughest challenge yet against the Eagles D-line, but just like in Super Bowl 57, he'll pull some magic out of his ass and figure out a way around them like he always does. Because he's got weapons everywhere. He's got Kelce, Worthy, Juju, Hopkins, and Gray, and many others. The Eagles can't cover them all, especially Kelce, since he's always f***ing open. Kelce. Mahomes is going to be throwing dimes all night long, and the Eagles defense is going to get R-E-K-T wrecked. The Eagles secondary might have shut down Jaden Daniels in the NFC Championship, but that's because that was Jaden Daniels, a rookie who is nowhere near as experienced or as good at Mahomes, or as good as Mahomes. Kermit is going to make the Eagles look like with those no-look passes, sidearm throws, and backyard bullshit. To put it simply, Mahomes has the arm talent to make every throw in the book with perfect accuracy and a super scrambling ability rivaled only by MVP Josh Allen. And he's got the best pass catchers in the NFL who never let him down. Expect Mahomes and Kelce to especially go off against the Eagles defense and all over them. Also note that this is Mahomes' 5th Super Bowl appearance in his first 7 years as a starter. Holy shit. And he's won 3 of them. Must be nice. Now, while he might not be putting up insane numbers like he did in previous seasons, he's become a more efficient game manager, boasting a career-high 67.5 completion percentage this season, while protecting the ball far better. And if Mahomes and his pass catchers weren't enough, he has even more help in the form of running back Kareem Hunt, who rushed 44 yards and a tutty against the Texans, and 64 yards and a tutty against the Bills. While his and Pacheco's numbers aren't impressive on paper, in reality on the field, they're actually pretty good, and they're good enough to make it so that Mahomes doesn't have to rely on himself for everything. Andy Reid will undoubtedly use the rushing attack to his advantage, as well as Mahomes' legs as necessary. The Eagles will be lucky if they can get the ball at all, especially in the fourth quarter when the Chiefs are just spamming the run over and over again after the Eagles got 0 timeouts and just give up. The Eagles defense is vulnerable up the middle, and that's where Hunt and Pacheco are going to do the most damage. They're going to be running through those gaps like insert funny line here. And with Mahomes terrorizing the Eagles defense with his passing attack, Hunt and Pacheco are going to have a field day. Oh, and don't forget about Perrine, who will be able to finish off the Eagles in clutch, must-have first down situations, because that's what he did to the Bills when he crushed our souls. Note that was also on a 3rd and 9. As noted previously, the Bills' defense is nowhere near as competent as the Eagles', but Spags will still have no problem drawing up a play to get around the D-line and secure the first down for victory formation. The Chiefs' defense and Mahomes are both amazing, but the real reason why the Chiefs will three-peat is because the NFL wants them to three-peat. Surprise! If you didn't guess this as the final reason, you're a total dumbass, or you're just a delusional Eagles fan. The refs will rig things in favor of the Chiefs on a last-second, heartbreaking, delayed holding penalty, even if it was clear that there was no holding. In fact, the holding will probably be on the Chiefs, but the rest will call it against the Eagles for even more emotional damage. Let's be honest, the NFL loves a good dynasty. Patriots and Brady fans, anyone? And what's better for business than the Chiefs becoming the first team in the Super Bowl era to get a three-peat? The refs are going to be calling everything in favor of the Chiefs, even more than usual. And those Philly clowns are going to be getting flagged for looking at Mahomes the wrong way. Remember those phantom roughing the Patrick calls against the Texans in the divisional? Yeah. How many roughing the Patricks? Yes. It's a conspiracy, folks, but hey, what are us NFL fans going to do? Nothing. The Chiefs are going to win anyways in three-peat, so why should we be upset about something that we can't control? Don't let the NFL ruin your 2025. The NFL wants Mahomes, Kelce, and Swift to continue being the faces of the league, and the the NFL, is going to make damn sure that happens whether you want it to or not, and whether you decide to watch the Super Bowl or not. The Eagles may have a slight edge in terms of talent, but the NFL and the refs don't give one f***, two f***s, red f***s, or blue f***s about that. The sooner that you accept that the NFL is rigged for the Chiefs, the sooner you'll be happy, like me. Fly, Eagles, fly.